Hello, I'm Rob Talbert, and I'm going to demo my Gibson J50 guitar. With Gibsons, there's no surefire way to deduce exactly when some of these Gibsons were made. It looks like it was made sometime between 1970 and 1975. The serial number is actually on the back of the headstock. Here it's a little bit faint. But if you look carefully, you can see it's 681803. I picked this up in 2009 from a store called Pick and Grin in Knoxville, Tennessee. I live in Maryland. And I had been looking for a Gibson for quite a while. I grew up with a Gibson. My dad owned a Gibson, and I kind of wanted to acquire a Gibson again, but I played a lot of Gibsons that I never really liked. I just never could find one that had very good tone. And this one, when I played it in the store, had some problems, but I was really impressed with the tone that it had and the way that it played. It has, just very, very nice action. It plays very well up and down the neck, and stays in tune up and down the neck very well, good intonation all the way up and down. So, after playing a lot of Gibsons, this was the one that I kind of thought was maybe one of the better sounding, one of the top 2 or 3 Gibsons I'd played, and some of the better ones were a lot more money. So I bought this guitar. It had some tuners that were in very rough shape. It had a kind of a sunken top. It had a bridge that looked like it had been, replaced by a 5th grade woodshop student. Cosmetically, it was a little bit rough. So I took it to Nashville Fretworks, just outside of Nashville, and they took some money from me and did a very nice job, I think, on fixing it up, as well as it can be fixed. They put all new Grover tuners on, and if you can take a look at those in the camera, they're really solid, solid chrome. I think they look great on the guitar. I have the old original tuners still with it too, if anybody ever wanted them, but they're in pretty rough shape. They put a new bridge on, and the bridge looks 1,000% better. I put some nice bone bridge pins in. They reset up the guitar. They got rid of most of the sunken top, although, as I'll show in a second, it still has still not exactly perfect. But again, it plays fantastic. Kind of point out the flaws. It's got some discoloration right here under the bridge where the bridge was replaced. I don't think there's anything. It's the original finish as far as I can tell, and I don't really want to have it refinished. It's not that big of a problem. It's got a number of little dings and nicks. It's got some spots here where it looks like the neck has been reset, probably not very expertly, sometime in the past. So there's some glue marks along the neck and along the heel and the back. But the heel is very solid and very, there's no gap, and I think the neck angle, from what I can tell and from what Nashville Fretworks looked at, is right on the money. So the new bridge and the neck, it plays very in tune all the way up and down the neck. There's very good intonation up and down. There's no dead spots. There's no places where it gets out of tune. So I'm very happy with the way it plays. overall, but it does have some problems cosmetically. It's got a crack here on the back, which I talked about in my eBay listing. It's, you know, I think maybe it's been repaired in the past. I can't tell at all that there's any movement. You know, as I kind of press gingerly on either side, it looks like the crack is totally together. You know, it does. And then there are some scratches back here too. But those are pretty much the problems. The pickguard also was in really rough shape, and they put a new. I can't remember now if they put a new pickguard on or just reattached the old one. This looks like it might still be the old pickguard. So anyway, it's pretty much, you know, an original guitar with some, I think, some good fixes and some good improvements. Let me point out the problem with the sunken top. If I lay a straight edge across the top, and you're not going to be able to see this on the video, I'm sure, but you'll have to kind of take my word for it. I think a perfect guitar, the straight edge laid across here, the top would be exactly flat from, you know, all the way across the body, from the top of the body to the bottom of the body. As it turns out, it's not. It sinks down around the sound hole, and I measured this more carefully last night, about 3/32 of an inch, so something more than a 1/16, but less than an 1/8 of an inch. That's often a sign of a incorrectly humidified guitar, although I have to say I think this guitar is humidified correctly. I keep my house right at 50%. I've had a humidifier in here for a couple of weeks, and I think the guitar is well humidified. The frets are in good shape. They're, you know, a little bit worn, but again, there's no rough edges on the frets at all. It's the whole neck action, while definitely showing signs of wear, plays beautifully. Okay, I'm back. I've got new strings on the guitar. These are Martin Acoustic SP Phosphor Bronze Medium. I'm kind of a Martin guy, so that's what I had on hand. So I'm going to just do a little trim on the ends of these strings here, and then get it tuned up. A little tuner on here and tune it up. Pitch up and down the neck. No guitar is perfect. This one is very close though. Very nice. So I don't think you'll find a better playing J50 Gibson around. This has great tone. It's got its cosmetic challenges and its little defects with the top that's not perfect. But some of those imperfections give it a little bit of its character, and maybe, who knows, a little bit of its sound. This has a very sweet, very mellow sound, and it plays very nice. I would keep this guitar. I'm still kind of looking for that perfect Gibson, maybe a J45 if I could afford one, but something with a sunburst finish. So if you're interested in the guitar, give me a call or an email, and I'd be glad to talk pricing with you. I have about $1,500 in this guitar based on what I paid Pick and Grin in Knoxville and what I paid Nashville Fretworks. I've also bought a brand new hardshell case for it. I think you would, anyone would like this guitar. This is just a very sweet sounding, sweet playing older Gibson. So there you have it. Thank you very much for watching.